It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. Another edition of the Whole Enchilada Weekly Wrestling Wrap-Up on Wednesdays, presented by the Whole Damn Enchilada, 9 p.m. We got Short Mike here again. Week number 3 or 2, I think. 2. Week number 2, Ooh. Short Mike. Ooh. Casual J is disposed again. I'm not 100% sure what he's doing here. Right before we went on here he comes, born again.
Out of the fucking depths of the mind.
You just came. You look like you came out of an egg.
Oh, dude, I gotta set an earlier alarm, dude. I gotta get out of the fucking tunnel a little sooner.
What are you doing in those tunnels?
Tunneling.
What did you say?
Tunneling.
Oh, tunneling. I was like, what the fuck is tunneling? Tunneling. All right. Well, how's everybody doing? It's been a week since we seen each other.
We doing, man. We doing.
I think we all decided to be like Short Mike and become alcoholics for this podcast.
Yeah, no, this dude's got a drinking problem.
He's got a Budweiser.
You can see my drink right here.
Budweiser. You got a High Noon.
Not sponsored.
I got a House of Dragons pomegranate dragon fruit cider.
Love it.
Yeah. You know, the House of Dragons came back this week, so.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay,
that's a Harry Potter thing, right? That's the fifth house. This is the fifth house.
I feel like he knows what he's talking about, and he's just making it.
Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, and House of Dragons.
No,
I'm surprised you guys' knowledge of Harry Potter is just so wide. If only your wrestling knowledge was as wide as your Harry Potter knowledge, we might.
If only he was as wide, or like, I guess
yeah, he's wide.
Like,
like big.
Is that the setup you were talking about last week back there?
This is everything. This is all of my life. It's my life.
Hey, where's all the cool stuff at?
Yeah.
That's where it's at. It's everything. It's
not where you can reach it.
Michael fucking Jordan. I wear pants, unlike some people, goddammit.
You're wearing shorts. I
got pants on today. These are pants.
Look
at that.
Party.
Look at this good outfit I got on. I came here dressed up, ready to go, prepared. Pants this week?
My hopes and
prayers.
Just
this week?
Just wanted the chair to swivel a fucking little bit. Just.
Now, this is a $500 chair, buddy. No wonder I got negative $850 in my bank account.
This is where the debt's coming in. I'm finding it.
Yeah, you'll see. I make terrible decisions.
He's still trying to pay off this chair he bought a decade ago.
No, this chair is fully paid off. Actually, while we're on the subject, it is a House of Dragon. It is a Targaryen gaming chair.
What the fuck happened to it? Were you picking at it?
No, my cats.
His cats. So he makes these great financial decisions where he buys a very expensive thing and then he has these stupid animals that tear it out because he doesn't protect it.
I think I just broke it.
Oh yeah, so now it's worth $20.
All right, we're off to a great start. Broke my chair. Speaking of breaking chairs, though, Cody and AJ Styles in an I Quit match at Clash of the Castle. How about that transition? See, I'm quick with it.
Real good.
This guy loves trans.
I love
transitions.
Transitions specifically. We should clarify. Casual J, what are your thoughts on Cody and AJ Styles? I quitting.
They were I quitting it up. I hate the champ not walking last. He should be the last fight of the night.
The other champ was.
The champ. He's the face of the company. He should be walking last. It's a I quit match. You don't start a show with an I quit match. But let's start with AJ Styles' music is really bad.
Really bad.
It's so bad. Like it does nothing. Like there's no substance behind it. It's so bad. So bad.
Extremely.
Another thing that a lot of people like, but I don't like with entrances, Cody's been like signing autographs on the way to the ring. I don't like that.
We got real quick. We got a comment here just to shout out. Hi, son-in-law from Elizabeth Pierce Brown.
Oh, that's it's got to be Short Mike.
Short Mike's, yeah.
Short Mike.
Say hi. I mean, she went out of her way to say hi to you, and you just went.
Just on the phone with my wife, I heard it.
She's plugging the pod. She's plugging the pod.
She's watching the pod. This guy, we're gonna kick him again.
Just remember,
we're done with him.
Over the thing that you had last week. I did my.
But yeah, back to the match. Yeah, AJ Styles and Cody.
I don't like Cody signing autographs on the way to the ring.
Why not? He's
I don't
the.
know.
You just said he's.
Yeah,
The
but like you got a match. This is an I Quit match, and you're not like your head's not all there. You're like, oh, let me sign this little autograph. Yeah, wait outside the show like the rest of the kids, and then I'll sign your autograph. Sign it mid match. It's weird, or not mid match,
Rey
but on the way to
Mysterio used to, or still does. He like does the whole face to face thing with the
Oh,
kid.
that's
Whispers
simply
at him.
different. Quick thing. This guy's like, oh, let me sign this. Let me sign this. Let me sign this.
That shows you how popular he is.
Yeah, does it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what they're going for. Yeah.
The graphic was awful.
Wow, Michael.
Yeah. Short
We're
Michael,
doing
you
a
should add.
podcast, man.
Short Michael, you should add. Poquito, little baby Michael.
Little baby Michael.
We got
The
Spanish.
graphic for Cody, it was for one the women's title, not the men's title, and then
Women's tag title. It said actually.
yeah, women's tag title, and then what did it say? It said like
wrestler name, I think.
Yeah. We're supposed to be the if AEW did that, we'd never hear the end of how terrible the production is. We'd never hear the end of any of it. But since WWE did it, swept under the rug, they had a glitch. Let AEW have a glitch like that, and we're not gonna.
I will say what you want about Vince McMahon. Obviously, terrible person, probably.
Yeah, real bad guy.
That stuff wouldn't happen with Vince under control.
No, he would have alluding to what we do later. He would have Wyatt Sixth.
Yeah,
the guy that did that. I promise.
Exactly. Yeah, keep going. Sorry, I was gonna transition to Mike, but
yeah, you shouldn't. Apparently. The Brain Buster is just back. We're just doing Brain Busters every week now.
Onto the announce table. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, this is the third Brain Buster in this month that I know of. I think
so. Yeah,
that's a lot.
A lot of brains getting busted.
A lot of brains getting busted.
Like Chad Gable. We'll get into that later.
Mama Rhodes was getting hollered at by Cody saying I'm gonna make your boy quit. And then he got triple slapped by Mama Rhodes because she didn't feel the first one was good enough. The second one didn't feel right, and it slapped him again. So I am, however, in love with the ending of the match where Cody's got the steps and he's like, "Oh, I quit. I'm handcuffed to the ropes. I quit." And Cody's about to hit him in the head, and he's like, "Hey, Ma, what do you think?" And she's like, "Do it." Knocked him out. I love that because I'm tired of seeing crybaby Code. And this week I think we got 4.5 star Code.
You know what? When Cody started bleeding, I was texting my dad at the same time I was watching. And I said, oh, Cody's got to win now, kind of like John Cena against JBL. And they did pretty much the same exact finish. Like, remember back at Judgment Day in 2004, maybe? 5? Cena had that big pipe thing. And he was like, oh, you got to say I quit or I'm going to kill you. With JBL, I was like, I quit. And then Cena said,
do it anyways.
And it's just funny how it worked out the same exact way. Short Mike, what are your thoughts on the match overall?
It was a good match. It's everything we expected of a good match between the two of them.
Yeah,
great. I love that somebody in their fucking back room probably got slapped in the back of the head for fucking up all of that. But definitely a great match. Love the ending. Super solid. Continue the story. You can go a couple different ways. I just like that it didn't just end. I feel like it'd have been so fucking bad if he'd have just dropped the steps and just walked the fuck away with that.
Yeah.
Mama Rhodes egging it on too. A little different. A little interesting.
Yeah, I like that she didn't get too involved. I mean, obviously everybody on the internet thought, and including us on this show, thought that she was going to be involved in a bigger way and cost Cody the match. I really like the physicality and the brutality of it. Like, they really went to war with each other. And this goes back to what I said when this feud first started. It was very important to know that they were not friends. They didn't hold anything back on each other because they weren't friends going into it. They hated each other at this point. So you said 4.5. I'd probably give it 4.5 too. It was a little sloppy at times, but I kind of like that. I think it added to it because in a match like that, you're just constantly thinking of ways to hurt the other person. So now those plans aren't always going to work out in a perfect spot. So I'm glad. Obviously, they didn't do those things on purpose, but it worked out in the storytelling of the match because, like I said, you tying a chain around your arm and do a phenomenal forearm isn't always going to work out 100%.
Awful. It was awful.
Yeah, but again, it made sense because he was thinking on the fly of like, how do I hurt this guy? Anything else on this match before we move on?
Yeah, the ending. Solo.
Oh, right. Yeah, so at the end, Cody goes up the ramp. Solo comes out. He's clapping. Bloodline comes out. And then Orton and KO make the save. Don't care. could care less. Not looking forward to a bloodline feud.
I think this is going to segue into at Money in the Bank. We get 3-on-3.
Yeah.
And then I think it's going to set up Randy versus Cody
at
for the
SummerSlam?
belt. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you can set it up any way you want. I mean, all Orton has to do is hit an RKO out of nowhere, and there you go.
Yep.
But I unfortunately think you're wrong. I hope you're not wrong. But Dave Meltzer has been reporting that the summer program is going to be Solo and Cody. And obviously it's going to tie back into the Rock, the Roman Reigns stuff. So I really hope he's wrong, and I hope we do Cody and Orton. I have no interest in Solo at this point. He is
I have no
way
interest
down
in
the list.
Dave Meltzer.
Yeah. I say what you want about him. He's definitely just like us. He just got lucky. But, you shoot enough stuff at the wall, eventually something's right. So, moving on, though. Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, IC title match. Chad Gable loses again. Was this the 5th time or so that he's lost against Sami Zayn? Or for just the IC title in general?
I think it's 3.
No, I mean just IC title in general. It was 2 against Gunther, right?
Yeah.
And then 3 against Sami. So 5 times. So he's had this big moment and let it slip. We're gonna start with you, Mike.
5 months.
Thoughts, concerns. Well, I guess not concerns. I don't know why I always say concerns.
What
could you be concerned
if
about?
you didn't like something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, it's kind of the same fucking cookie cutter shit though. Like there were a couple matches in this Premium Live that like we knew damn well what the outcome was. Not surprised. Nothing was different. I was surprised they didn't maybe delve more into what they did on Raw, which was this really fully turning. Tozawa maybe being a part of it probably helped because then they had the whole Alpha Academy there. But I mean, we kind of knew he wasn't gonna. I really hoped he was gonna win. I really did. Watching it, just something about watching Sami Zayn again. Kind of thinking about what Jay was like. It's so fucking boring. It sucks so bad. He's just not that great. Like he is just still so cookie cutter now that this bloodline shit's over that Sami Zayn's just there. He's just the guy. He's holding on to this title, gatekeeping that motherfucker like he's Dustin Poirier in his fucking prime.
He's getting mad.
And
I'm not getting mad.
He's getting angry. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. What do you got?
I don't understand the Sami Zayn hate in this podcast. The guy is great.
He's mid.
He's in a mid-card title.
Yeah, but he's mid.
Yet.
He's mid, and I hope it stays yet. I hope it stays never.
Well, I mean, clearly they didn't go the way I thought they were gonna go. Sami Zayn won. He's probably we'll get into it a little later too, but he's probably dropping that belt to Braun, which is a perfect guy to put over Braun Breaker because he could sell his ass off. The crowd's always behind him. I mean, the loudest pops of the night. Not a mid guy doesn't get that. But whatever, mid guy.
It was also a mid crowd. I want to throw that out there.
Yeah,
good point. You were like, this crowd's gonna fucking rival Puerto Rico, rival whatever France.
I said it would rival
11,000 seats. We sell more than that for fucking Monday Night Raw in Cleveland, Ohio.
But it's in Scotland. I mean, how much is going on in Scotland where you need a fucking 100,000 seat arena?
Oh, you couldn't fit more than 11K in there, man.
No, I doubt it. I thought it's built for that, wasn't it?
They
you're not inventing seats.
I think it was a mid crowd. I'll probably talk about that later. Where was Tozawa at? Does he not have a green card or a fucking passport or something? Can he not get in?
Shouldn't he?
That's what I'm saying. Where was Tozawa? What's the deal?
Has he been to any of the ones when they're overseas?
I don't know.
There?
Yeah, we'd have to go back and look.
We gotta go
I don't
back.
think I could ever remember him being there unless it's in a vignette.
If we got a producer, ask him to look that shit up.
Well, our 0 supporters and our 0 fans aren't gonna do that. So we'll have to do it ourselves.
This match put on a clinic, but a clinic of the basics of wrestling. Everything was basic that they did, but they all did it perfectly and well because that's what these two do. I loved Otis carrying out Maxine again. Yeah. Now she's on a boot and a crutch. Otis really is amazing. I was hoping that he turned there, but he didn't. He still hasn't even really turned at the moment.
Yeah, let's jump around a little bit. We'll just talk about it now. That way we don't got to talk about the same stuff we're talking
Yeah.
about. The Chad Gable stuff from Raw last night. Otis did turn, technically. Maxine came out with her crutch. Chad Gable took the crutch and started berating her.
Then she hopped around with a fucking boot on. That's
Yeah.
so fucking asinine for anybody that's ever hurt their fucking leg. Why the fuck are you hopping around with a fucking boot on? I get the
She
crutch.
can't walk. He got crutch taken away.
Yeah, but you got a boot. You can walk on a boot.
And then she had to step in and save Tozawa from Gable.
Yep.
Like she could fucking step it all.
She can't step. You're right, but that was a good moment. I think honestly, it didn't feel complete. Like
No.
both of you guys have said the same thing. I felt it was like, is it a turn? Because I feel like we're missing something here.
Yeah.
And then he gets shot in the head.
Yeah, we'll get to that. That one I'm not skipping to. I want to save that one for the end.
Well, hold on. Dude, like sitting there watching him fucking bark at him like a goddamn dog. He ripped his shirt off, and I was like, "This is it."
Yeah.
And just a little shove.
Fucking worm
Little
or
shove.
I was like I mean, not screaming, but because it wasn't like that impactful to me. But I was like, yeah, fucking beat his ass, Otis, and he didn't. He most certainly did not.
Was hyping the shit out of it. He's like, beat his ass, and I was like, holy shit.
I think it's because he still feels. He obviously still feels some reservations about hurting his friend. So he wants to hold himself back a little, but I feel like at this point, if you're gonna do it, go all the way, right?
You gotta finish the job.
Yeah.
Job's not done, goddammit.
Do we have anything else to talk about Chad Gable and the Sami Zayn's of the world? Oh yeah, we actually do, about Sami Zayn and the IC title. Sami Zayn came out on Raw. I know we're jumping around a little bit here, but I think this is better to do it this way. Sami Zayn came out on Raw and was talking about, being the IC champion and whatnot. Braun Breaker comes out and obviously does Braun Breaker stuff, talking about how he's to dominate, blah, blah, blah. Here comes Sheamus, talking about how he's never won the IC title before. And then Sami Zayn gets to which is great that he said this. He said he's going to go in the back and ask Adam Pearce if this is okay. Because I hate when wrestlers just make matches because that's not their job. He said he's going to go in the back, make sure this is okay. Sheamus and Braun Breaker fighting each other. They never once said that it was for an IC title shot, but the announcers kept alluding to that. Great match overall. I loved it. After the match, though, one of the coolest things I've ever seen in wrestling, Ludwig comes out, our boy, and stops Sheamus from, he costs him the match, grabs his boot and whatnot, beats him up, then goes to do that run around thing that he does, and here comes Braun Breaker for the biggest spear I've ever seen in my life. It just kills this guy. And after the show, Ludwig does a fantastic promo about it, and like that guy is money, and we're missing out on him. I think he's a dark horse to win the Money in the Bank.
I think he might be the favorite to win the Money in the Bank.
Really?
I think yes. I think he's gonna take it. And then I think Tiffy's gonna take it. We're gonna get a little couples Money in the Bank.
Couple Money in the Bank.
Get a little couple. Let me start about when they came out there.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or does Sheamus look like a bum when he comes out to the ring?
Yeah, I don't like his outfit.
His hat is too big. His jacket's too big. His shirt's untucked and too big. His tie's too big. Everything's too big. Can we get something that fits the guy?
Yeah, I can agree. I
You know,
don't know what he's got going on there.
Yeah, not liking that gimmick. However, that spear is disgusting. Like his spears get worse every time. Like he's literally sawing people in half. Like sure we say it like Roman hits a spear, like oh we cut him in half. No, Braun Breaker's cutting these dudes in half. I think he's got the best spear in the game.
Definitely.
I think his spear is probably like the most vicious spear, but I don't think it's the best one. Roman's spear is better, I think. Well, only because it looks more polished. Like Braun's spear is more like cut you, like you said, cut you in half. Like it's more of a regal spear. Like Roman's is more polished. It's more like a work together kind of thing and makes it look better to me. But I mean, obviously you want to have something that looks realistic though. So Braun's might be more up your alley, but I don't know. I'm more of a Roman Reigns fan.
He popping that fucking ball loose. He got that form. He took that Ray Lewis form. Put me on that motherfucker's diet.
Yeah, no, for sure. He is a monster.
Oh shit.
World champion in the making. Anything else on this?
Mm-mm.
All right, we're gonna jump back to Clash of the Castle. Bailey and Piper Niven. I thought this match was gonna be really good, and I was right. I loved it. No, a little
No, go
smirk
for
there.
it.
No,
You can
no.
start. You can start.
I mean, I don't got much to say about it. I just like Bailey always does really well with the big girls, and she
Yeah,
did it
I
again.
thought this match was great, but I don't got nothing.
No, I mean, it was great.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say about it? That it was great. I don't know what you want me to like delve into here. If
Yeah, give
something's
me
not
some.
bad, I don't have anything to say bad about it.
Yeah, but you didn't say it wasn't bad. You said it was great.
Yeah, what do you want me to say about
If
that?
it's great, you got to pull something. What made it great? What pulled it away? Pulled it out for
I
you?
was getting into that, but then you
Were
started to
you
go,
when you said
"Well,
I got
nothing
nothing? You
else
said
in there."
it's great, but I don't got anything. But you were getting to it, right?
There was no Nia Jax.
Yeah,
God
you
damn
weren't
it.
getting to shit.
Chelsea Green coming out was
Chelsea
a good
Green.
spot.
So the bitch was not even in the match.
I was
The best part of the match is
fucking
Chelsea Green.
alluding to
Yeah.
future things of the match
Yeah.
here. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
You guys talk about it. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Chelsea Green. Best part about this match. Because she's actually good at her job.
So is Piper. That crowd was really behind
Piper is good. No. Piper's
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Bailey's mid.
I can agree.
I think she's, and this isn't me like trying to put her down or anything. I just think she's stale after like the title. After she got that title, things have been stale and like there's nothing like impressive. Piper was very emotional coming down to the ring in the home country, man. She was really taking it in.
Why
Bailey
did
hit
it
it.
win?
Oh, I was hoping. I really was hoping, honestly.
I mean, the finish was fantastic. I
yeah.
love the idea of the finish. Like Bailey just doing something to beat her. Like she had to come up with anything because everything she tried was good working. Yeah. So Bailey put over Piper Niven as much as she could in a losing effort. Like Piper looks like a monster now. And I remember last week, Short Mike said this was gonna be the best match of the night, and I don't think it was far off. I really loved it.
She hit a nasty suplex where she landed on like her tailbone instead of her back.
Yeah,
and like that looked gross. I thought she was gonna die. Like,
how about that? That move Piper does that looked like it almost took off Bailey's head. Like,
oh yeah,
that slam thing she does. It almost looked like she drilled her into the ground.
Yeah, no, Piper's great. I think Mike was kind of alluding to this last week that like Piper's what we want Nia Jax to be, that big monster. I think Piper's taking over. I think she's gonna take over the monster role of the women's division, and I hope she gets another title shot. Maybe she gets put in the Money in the Bank match.
What do you think, Short Mike?
I think she most definitely. She had a fucking amazing match. From what she could do, for what you would assume she could do, to what she does is just fucking fantastic. And Chelsea Green, arguably the best manager for her, or whatever the fuck you.
Oh, for sure.
Like the antics that she pulls are just enough to be like, this is fucking entertaining, but not so much that it takes away from like the seriousness of the match. Like it's just enough, but not too much to where I'm really too focused on whatever the fuck she's doing out on the side.
Right. No, I could agree.
Just enough. Bailey did her thing. Like, it's hard to critique what she does because it's been so good for her for so long. No matter what she is, good, bad, fucking doesn't matter. She just does exactly what she is meant to do very well. She's very polished in the moves that she does. Piper looked amazing. You know, Bailey's really good at putting over the larger women, and Piper being able to hold her own did nothing but fucking miracles for it. And like,
did it still end up being your match of the night? Look at that face he makes. Like, it's so out of the question that it could be the match of the night.
It's out of the question. It's
for our audio only listeners, which is
question.
None of you. Jesse made this like really weird face about it being match of the night. Like it was such the worst decision that anybody could make.
It is 100%. Rate the match on the 5-star scale. What did you rate the match?
I'm not saying it was match of the night. I'm just saying it's not impossible to say it was the match of the night.
I know you're not saying that.
4.
I'm asking you 4.
4. Okay. I think 4 is a beautiful number. Just it didn't have a lot of story implication, and I think that's the main thing it missed. It was just here's
because you knew Bailey was gonna win.
Yeah. Here's this match. You
Bailey would call it the match of the night if Piper won. I think that would have changed her whole opinion. But she didn't win. No, I know. I'm just saying. I think that one moment would have been such a moment for you that you would have called it the match of the night.
possible.
Speaking of women, though, I don't think we got much more to say about this one. Moving on to the women's tag match. This was the biggest disappointment of the night to me. And I love every girl involved.
Is it because I said it was going to steal the show? Is that why it was a disappointment?
No, I knew it wasn't. I knew you were just making a joke when you said that. You would never say that.
It was for realsies.
You were not for real about that.
I was for realsies.
I don't believe you.
Give me a lie detector. Do I look like a man that would get on this podcast and lie to you, American people?
Yes.
Yes, I do. Anyway.
Yeah.
You ain't fooling shit.
I mean, we were all right. Like they dropped the belts. We knew that was coming. They didn't really tease the tension there. Kind of tease the tension a little bit, but not really.
Jade lost her luggage.
Yeah, she did.
So we didn't get to see like what maybe cool outfit she was gonna put on.
She also lost her battle with the top rope.
I was getting there, but you didn't let me get there.
She didn't get there either.
What's up with these ropes? What's up with these ropes? They stole the show, I think.
Yeah, on Twitter they were saying earlier that the ref was telling Cody or telling AJ that the ropes were loose. Why didn't they fix that? You know how quick that is to fix?
Okay, even if they can't fix it, tell the fucking other guys.
Yeah, 100%.
Like
all I seen them was tell Cody. That was it.
Like when you tighten the ropes, it is a little bit of a challenge. You have to go rope by rope, and you have to make sure it balances the right tightness.
As a guy that's done this, tell us, yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah. So I feel like you're being sarcastic with me. I have actual knowledge of this.
I know you do, but you're not telling them the reason. Like you're just like I'm a fan that knows how to tighten ropes. You should tell them you've done it.
Yeah, I mean, I did wrestling school for like a year and a half, so I know how this works. I built rings with AIW. Speaking of which, they got a show coming up this Saturday at Akron in the Tamworth Shrine. If anybody in Cleveland is interested in going that, we will be sharing that to our page, ticket information, all that fun stuff. But anyways, each rope you have to tighten equivalently to the other side so that it balances out. So I understand that it takes a minute to do that. However, it shouldn't take you 20 minutes to do. Like you could do it in between video packages. You could do it at some point of the night. You could have done it. And I don't think they did it at all, which is insane to me. Also, a professional wrestling company can't tighten their ropes right. AEW would have did that. It would be a fucking
biggest professional wrestling company.
Yeah, 100%.
They would have been look how unsafe these
look how
companies
unsafe
are.
they treat their workers.
What was the term that they used? When it was some stupid term that they used when there was the fire and stuff, and they did this illegally, whatever, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
If fucking Jungle Boy or Darby Allin or something's going to do one of their high flying moves, especially Darby Allin, because he's a crazy bastard.
Yeah.
If he's going to do something, look, the guy's just trying to inflict pain. That's all he does. The guy's crazy. He's doing this. That's all we would have heard. It would have been how trash the company is. Yeah, we would. Oh, for a fucking month, you would have heard about how trash it was.
Yeah.
But once again, it's WWE, so it gets swept under the rug. WWE,
so it's okay.
What they want.
Yeah, it's totally okay for them. They can, do sex trafficking and stuff, and it's okay. I'm just saying. Nobody brings it up anymore. They just toss that under the rug a little bit. Mike, did you have anything to say about this women's tag match real quick? Yeah. No, I mean, I think that was everybody's opinion, really.
I'd have felt like maybe a little bit better if they would have made me like fucking right that Shayna would win. Because you had her fucking lose the MMA match on NXT and look like dog shit, which again, never fucking do those again. That's not your shtick.
I told you last week, they love their 50-50 booking. And since Alba and Dawn took the pinfall last week, that they were winning this match. And that's what happens.
It was a gimme.
Yeah.
I had hopes, prayers, and souls, but you fucking, somebody had to win. And if it wasn't going to be Piper, Drew was going to be them. So not terrible. The outcome, but the match was just fucking.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great moment to see them win in front of their crowd. Yeah. But besides that, women's tag titles in general, just get rid of them. They're not doing anything for anybody. Give it like NXT has the North American women's title. Give us that. Give us a mid-card women's title. Get rid of these tag belts and move on already. Moving on, though, to the main event of the show, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in Drew McIntyre's hometown. Again, world title on the line. and he drops the ball.
Got his
we'll-
screw job.
Yeah. We'll start with Short Mike. What are your thoughts on this match?
I mean, again, it's one of those that like you could have guessed from the fucking jump. We, all three of us, knew damn well he's gonna lose. It's because of CM Punk. Cut and fucking dry.
Yeah, you're right, but they did it in a way that I thought was very creative. Like I've never seen them do that at all.
For what they've done, very creative, and I'm not gonna say like it was bad at all. I just don't know how much I really enjoyed like most of these matches from the literal rip. You knew winner, 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 winner. I hope wins, but I know damn well ain't gonna win. Like
Yeah,
pretty much cut and dry. This whole pay-per-view was pretty cut and dry. Of just you knew damn well who was gonna win walking in. You maybe the women's tag match was the one that you were like, well, kind of dark horse, Sami Zayn and Gable. You could have also argued that, but I mean, really, when you looked at it, like you knew damn well they weren't gonna drop the title to fucking Gable for nothing that wouldn't push anything any further.
yeah.
Just a cut and dry pay-per-view. I think the match wasn't terrible though between the two of them. I feel like they definitely had a couple more spots they wanted to do that like Priest getting his fucking legs stuck and then the ref not being able to do a fucking thing about it.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick. Priest goes to kick Drew McIntyre from over the top rope, gets his foot trapped in the rope. Drew McIntyre does a great job of improvising. Gets the camera off of him, goes and like hypes up the crowd by the commentary to try to get the ref to get some time to get Priest out of it. The ref is so weak that he can't get Priest, but to be fair, Priest is like a 300-pound man.
Hold on.
Yeah.
This is a fucking world-class athlete. He can't do a fucking pull-up?
Yeah.
I mean, his
fucking
foot was
sit
stuck
up?
in the rope. He couldn't get it out.
Well, what I'm saying is like these refs are like nobodies. This is like fucking Mike trying to get him out of the damn rope.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm not blaming the ref.
So like he couldn't just sit up and grab the rope, pull himself
No,
back
because
up?
his leg was trapped. It, like wrapped
I'm
up.
aware of where his leg was. His body's down here. Do a fucking sit-up.
He was this way. How are
Yes.
you going to do that?
He's doing fucking lift your body. What are you talking about?
You're this
Climb
way
onto
with
the
your
rope.
leg trapped up in the air. You can't get enough momentum to bounce yourself back through. What are you talking about?
This dude's huge. What do you mean he can't get enough momentum? Climb onto the fucking side of the rope. Use your hands.
He couldn't really move. He was trapped.
His leg was fucking trapped, not his arms. Also, he's like I said, a world-class athlete, a monster of a man. And this fucking 5'4" ref is the problem?
I wasn't blaming the ref.
You
I
did
just
blame
said
the
the
ref.
was weak.
You 100% blame the ref. You said,
No,
what the fuck?
if
The
you
ref
want to
can't
go
get him
back
out?
and say so the ref was weak, but no fault to him. This guy's a 300-pound guy. How is he going to get him out of there?
Yeah.
I don't think that ref was 5'4".
Yeah, you know a lot about 5'4", buddy.
Hey, yeah, you
Why
don't
the
need to
fuck the
talk
ref
short,
5'4",
Mike. You don't
man?
know about
Yeah,
size.
Stay over there.
Anyways, Drew checks on Priest, and it looks like Priest gets mad that he's checking on his friend, and like kind of tells him like, "Dude, like fucking hit me or
Yes, he
something."
starts
Like, you
kicking him in
can't
the
check
fucking
on me.
face.
Yeah, so he starts kicking him in the head. Eventually he gets out. The match continues. Great match. Just like we said before, two big guys slapping meat. That's what we like in wrestling. Jay, you got anything to say about this?
Oh, it was good hearing Piper's music again.
Oh,
The
the
fucking band. That was great.
yeah.
If he teases Broken Dreams one more fucking time,
Oh, I know, man. It's fucking ridiculous.
he's such a loser. I'm glad. I hope that was a real quit. I hope that was like, like pipe bomb. Like I'm out, and I hope he doesn't come back. Crowd was mid. Crowd was mid, especially. Yes, it was. You can't tell me it wasn't mid, especially for that match. They were like quiet half the match. It was absurd, and this is the biggest guy in your fucking country.
When Damian was walking out, I got like flashbacks to Cena and ECW levels of berating this.
And then that was it. Like the middle of the match, they're just like whatever. But also, I think it's those guys. They were pretty slow in this match. I think a lot of their spots were slow buildups.
But that's what they are. They're big plotting men. I mean,
the ropes suck again though. They kind of stole the ropes sucking stole the show. However, when CM Punk comes down the ring, I mean, obviously we saw the bump, so we knew something was gonna happen. I didn't think he was gonna be the ref. He comes down, and this is my exact thought process as he slides in. First off, Perfect camera angle. Perfect camera
Yep.
angle.
Beautiful.
He slides in, and my first thought is, damn, that ref's got some nice shoes on. 1, 2, and I was like, oh shit, he won. And I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And he goes 2, and I was like, that's fucking CM Punk. Yeah, they finessed me 100%. They got me. I'm surprised I didn't see the shoes, and it was immediately like, oh, that's CM Punk.
No, I mean, this is back to your original point about the crowd being mid too. Like, I thought Punk was gonna get a riot started, but
Yeah.
the crowd they booed him.
Oh,
But they waited till after the show to chant things like bullshit, or
Yeah.
they attacked Samantha. What's her name?
Irvin,
Samantha
because
Irvin.
she was like,
because she
like,
said
oh,
have a
sorry
good
you
night.
didn't get
Yeah.
what you wanted, but you were great tonight. And then
So they booed her
told
when they
to fuck
should have been
off.
booing CM Punk.
Ooh,
Instead, you got like a dead silence, which is also kind of cool too, because like maybe the crowd was like, that sucks. I don't know how to respond to that. Like, I mean, sometimes dead silence makes sense. But no, I mean, I'm agreeing with you at this point, especially with the CM Punk thing. They should have berated that guy. They should have kicked him out of Scotland completely with the amount of
that
boos
should have
they laid on him.
like you said, the John Cena's ECW thing. It should have been
Yeah,
like,
no,
as if
100%.
John Cena won. If
Throw
John Cena
stuff
won,
at him.
yeah, exactly.
That's what I wanted to see. I wanted like people being worried about CM Punk there. Like, is he gonna get home okay? Like, that's what we
This
needed.
guy,
And we
this guy went and had a press conference. He's eating donuts.
yeah,
and
eating
shit.
his little muffins. That
Yeah,
guy's definitely the heel, right? Like, how are we supposed to root for this guy? He cost Drew McIntyre over and over again, and Drew McIntyre's done nothing heelish at all.
Nope.
Every time he's went into a match, he's been very respectful of his opponent. Even Seth, he was like, dude, you're juggling too much. I'm going to take that title from you because you're trying to do too much and stuff that doesn't involve you. Like, sorry, but it is what it is. He's been nothing but a face, and somehow we're supposed to boo this guy.
Except for after his match, when he won the title, he was an idiot and was like, oh, I'm going to be a heel. I'm going to go rub it in your face. And
yeah,
then
but he
gets
had
passed
to at that
on.
point because CM Punk's been such a dick to him.
He's worried about the wrong shit.
Yeah.
Do we think we're seeing him back on TV soon? What do you think?
Drew McIntyre?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we'll get to Drew in a second, but CM Punk will be on SmackDown this week, Friday.
Okay, let's get to Drew.
Because they're in Chicago. Before we get to Drew, Seth Rollins returned, because I want to talk about the World Heavyweight Champion still. Seth Rollins returned to open Monday Night Raw. Before that, me and you were texting, and I said, or
we were
both
phoning. We were phoning.
Yeah, we were phoning. We both kind of said, why doesn't Seth Rollins come out?
And, why don't and we said it perfectly. We said Seth Rollins opens the show, he gets murdered at the end of the show.
Yeah,
and as soon as his music hit, I was like, holy shit, we did it. We did it. We did it.
Like the fucking Jason Tatum after the finals.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought for sure that guy was gonna die. And then especially I was gonna text you. He's wearing all white. I was like, oh, the blood.
Oh, that would have been so
good.
cool.
Yeah, the blood's gonna look great.
What'd you say, Mike?
It felt like it would have been a fucking gimme for the end. It was.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was.
That's probably what they were doing.
Well.
They were like giving us the layup.
Yeah, they got that Money in the Bank match coming up. Drew McIntyre. I mean, it's not Drew McIntyre. Damian Priest comes out, says, I still have to prove myself as a real champion. Everybody thinks I only won this because I cashed in, so I'm going to beat the last guy to hold. Well, not even the last guy to hold it because Drew, but I'm going to beat the guy who made this champion. And Seth says, fine, let's do it. Money in the Bank. So we got Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre at Money in the Bank. There's no way Seth wins, right?
I don't know. However, I was really hoping that Seth didn't come out and do that because I was hoping with the false finish or whatever you want to call it, with Drew, Drew would just get like an immediate run back at Money in the Bank. He wins, and then whoever wins the Money in the Bank just cashes in on him same night, and he loses again because of CM Punk. And then CM Punk just further sets up the SummerSlam. I thought, oh my god, I thought we were just gonna bend this guy over for sure.
Yeah, this guy just hates Drew McIntyre.
And then he just left. And Buddy just said, "No, I'm out."
Mike, any thoughts on Seth Rollins returning?
I mean, it's great. Love to see him back. Cannot wait to see him back in the fucking ring doing some shit, doing this fucking. Cannot wait.
He was walking really funky, but I don't think it's his leg. I really think it was those stupid boots he was wearing.
Quite possibly.
I think he might be selling that leg injury. I mean, I don't think it still hurts him, but I think he's just selling it so that Damian could target it in the match.
Yeah.
I just don't see. I mean, maybe you do Seth Rollins and Gunther at SummerSlam. Maybe that's a better match to them, but I don't think Damian should lose until he faces Gunther.
Yeah. They're just doing it to help solidify this championship because again, he won it.
Yeah.
Then it's been fucking there beyond the Drew match. Like,
I mean, you guys proved to me last week when I said he hasn't really defended it. You guys said he defended it like 3 times.
He most definitely has, but 3 somewhat forgettable matches. I think
that's that's true.
They were fucking gimmies to help boast this shit. And like, something that's really gonna put him over the top. Beating Seth, they hope is gonna put it up there. I don't think it will. I feel like we all know damn well like it ain't gonna do shit.
Beating Seth and then losing in 3 weeks to Gunther though.
It's like beating fucking John Cena anymore. Like, who the fuck is surprised? We all knew you weren't gonna lose to him. It's just a win. It's a gimme. It's a fucking.
This is a John Cena fan club here. Don't be talking shit about John Cena.
I don't know what the fuck that was about, buddy.
This guy is getting kicked, man. I'm so tired of him.
Actually, in case you're curious, I have a short mic F-bomb counter.
Yeah.
That I've been counting the whole show, and we're currently at 627.
Jesus Christ.
628.
628 F-bombs from Mike. This guy, I don't know. He might not be a reoccurring guest anymore. This is crazy.
I got to stand on something, and it's the F.
Yeah, you definitely got to stand on something. That's how we see you on your camera there.
No, that's the fucking chair. That's the chair. The chair is literally.
What does that blanket say?
La 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 la.
Oh, it's a Christmas blanket? Nice.
Yes. Because then my cats don't fuck up my nice chair, buddy.
Speaking of blankets, Drew McIntyre quit on Monday Night Raw. Came out there, said, fuck it, I'm done with this company, and walked out.
What's that got to do with a blanket?
Fuck him.
Yeah. I like to throw in bad transitions so that my good transitions are really good.
Yeah, there's always going to be a bad trans every once in a while.
Yeah, bad. Sometimes you get bad trans. You get good trans and you get bad trans, and that was a bad trans. But overall, Drew McIntyre quit. That's only lasted until Friday, right? He's definitely showing up and beating CM Punk's ass in Chicago.
He's gonna show up in the fucking crowd.
Yeah. No.
No?
However, over on SmackDown, they like to kill people, so he might run him over with his car.
Oh, on Raw, they love to kill people.
Not on my show.
He might shank him in the crowd. Who the fuck knows?
That'd be great. But I mean, obviously, this is just to continue the CM Punk thing. If we didn't know that his contract got, re-signed, it'd probably be a bigger deal. But even then, we would probably go, this is just to do the CM Punk thing. We know how this works.
Do we know anything about these contracts?
No.
We really don't know anything.
The Rock did say that he signed Drew McIntyre, though. Like, there's a big thing about it.
But the whole thing is that that could just be part of the fucking illusion that they lead us on.
They fake out the
like Chad Gable. Everybody's like, before I brought up the point that Chad Gable would get murdered by the Wyatt Six, and a lot of people were like, "No, he signed a contract, not gonna happen." I got killed. But what do we know about the contract? Do we know anything? I don't think we know half is what we think we know.
What happens on Monday when you have to acknowledge that motherfuckers are dead?
We only acknowledge.
It seems like we really want to talk about this. So.
We acknowledge one thing around here, and that's the tribal chief. We acknowledge nothing else.
On Raw after the show, after Jey Uso won his Money in the Bank qualifying match, unfortunately, no yeet. Balor's not in the Money in the Bank now. I do think that they'll do a losers triple threat or something and get him in the Money in the Bank, but whatever. Lights go out. The door reappears. I'm just gonna break this down step by step for people that haven't seen it. The door reappears. The famous Bray Wyatt door that he showed up in back when he re-debuted. Smoke is filling up the arena. Out crawls Nikki Cross and this weird, kind of doll-like kind of mask. Like really torn up clothes and whatnot. The camera. Oh, sorry. Before I start talking about this, I want to go back to Drew quitting real quick. that was very important because it showed you Drew going through the gorilla position. And it showed you how the hallways and everything looked normal before everything happened. So it was a fantastic idea to show everything that Gorilla should look like before everything that happened. Why'd you just both look off like that? That was an important detail.
Yeah, you could do that after.
Yeah.
That was
What
a
do you
bad
mean?
trans. That was a bad trans.
It wasn't a trans. It was going
Yeah,
backwards.
yeah. You did that terribly. You could have laid it all out. Could have laid it all out and then been like, yeah, the reason this looked so great is because 2 minutes ago when Buddy
No,
quit,
because I've
it
got a
was
whole
clean.
thing going here. You interrupted me. Anyways,
That's why you the sauce, no pork. Sauce.
so the camera goes in the back
Crazy.
and it starts walking through like kind of like a haunted house setup, and through the hallways of Gorilla. We had the first person laid out was like a group of just nobodies. It looked like a lot of people are thinking Gunther was one of those people. I
There's
don't think
just
that
no
at
way.
all.
There's no way.
No way. It's dumb.
One of them looked like Carmelo too, but he's on SmackDown.
Carmelo said it's not him. He put on Twitter it wasn't him.
Yeah, but he's also on SmackDown.
Yeah, why would he be on Raw? Why would he
Exactly.
be in Raw backstage? Yeah. So they go through that, and standing there is Eric Rowan with the bunny outfit and the mallet, and then continuing on into the back into the actual gorilla position, perched up on the tech box is Dexter Loomis in the buzzard outfit with his gloves on. A bunch of laid out people there. Some guy with his head like blasted out, it looked like, on the wall. A bald guy beat up in the corner. I'm thinking that's Braun Strowman. It looked like Braun Strowman.
They're saying Braun Strowman, and it would make sense because it looked like they were targeting people that left their family or betrayed their family or whatever.
Right, which is why Gunther makes sense too in a way.
Right. Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense in terms of Gunther being Gunther.
Exactly.
But so the camera keeps going through, and then we get to what's his name, Joe Gacy in the Huskers costume, in the pig costume. Next to him is Chad Gable with a looks like a bullet in his head. And I remember the last couple of weeks I was talking about this. Like, the only way we're going to be interested in this is if they actually fucking murder somebody.
And they killed everybody.
They kind of did. They kind of murdered people. So they got us what we wanted, right?
Yeah, but I wish I got to see one of the killings.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you couldn't, right? Like, you couldn't. It just wouldn't be believable.
I need to see somebody get their fucking head smashed in. I need to see a fucking
that mallet or hammer or whatever.
Yeah.
It's got help like written on it.
Right.
And I was like, buddy, you don't need no help.
So then the camera keeps panning, and at the end of the hallway, we see Bo Dallas standing all Uncle Howdy, like fucking creeping his way through. The man kind of stumbles a little bit, and I was like, and even Ari pointed this out, that if he falls, that ruins everything. Like, it was almost
when he stumbled, I thought he was just dead. I thought he was gonna die, and I was like, somebody else is behind this.
That would have been great. That would be the only way you cover it too. Is like fucking audible. It's Joe Gacy's thing now. Sorry, you fucked up.
And it would have worked. And it would have 100% worked, and we would have never known it was a stumble.
No, for sure. So then he starts stumbling out, and then Gacy starts following him. We go through, the buzzard starts following him, the pig starts not the pig, the bunny starts following him. I would also point out, speaking of bunnies, earlier in the night, Chad Gable, when he was doing his promo about becoming world champion, in his locker is the rabbit, is Ramblin' Rabbit's puppet. It's all crumbled, like you could see him. And I wonder if we go back and watch if other interviews have the puppets in the back that will lead us to who these people that were targeted were. We'd have to go back and find out. But I thought that was pretty interesting. So they come out, they do the grab the lantern. He says, "We're here," Bray Wyatt stuff. Blows out the digital lantern, which I always hated. The dumbest thing. Why can't it just be a normal lantern? Blow it out like he used to do, but not on a digital one. They do this cool pose, looks like a Slipknot album. And that was it. That's what we got. The Uncle Howdy debut. The massacre definitely happened. I would say, I don't want to say I felt underwhelmed, but I don't know. It just didn't hit the same as when Bray Wyatt debuted, like that first time. I mean, that first time, but the White Rabbit Bray Wyatt, it just didn't hit the same to me. Something else I wanted to give credit to, though, that was all one continuous live shot. And that is next to impossible to not mess up, to do one continuous live shot from the front to the back, to the hallways, all the way back around, and not mess up, not cut, not, pre-record, have that all set up, and then you're setting up that shot while there's stuff happening in the ring too, while the match is happening. And anybody that knows anything, gorilla position is important because that's where, Triple H sits. That's where the producers sit. They're trying to run the show while it's going and cut to this camera, do that, do this thing. They can't do that while they're setting up all this other stuff. So having all those moving pieces in one is just incredible. Great job all around. But overall, I think I just felt a little underwhelmed. I do give credit to where it's due. Everybody performed phenomenal in it. The Wyatt Six, everybody looked great. The costumes look amazing. We just have to wait and see how this translates to wrestling, though. Yeah, I'm so scary. I'm gonna pin you 1, 2, 3.
That's what I'm saying. Like these guys aren't gonna be able to take damage. Like you can't even have a near fall on these guys. Like I don't think something like that works. I also don't think it works for them to like really have matches. Like I think they just go around killing people because like you give them matches and it's like who could stop these guys? And like let's just say I don't think it ever happens, but you put one of these guys in the ring with Cody Rhodes. How could Cody Rhodes beat these guys?
Yeah. Oh, he's going to, right? Like
yeah,
that's
of course he's going
Formula
to.
101, but
yeah.
I see what you're saying though, for sure.
I just don't know.
I think that'd be a good feud too, because they could target his family, they could target like the past of Cody Rhodes, like it's just like you said, like, where does it go? Because Cody's gotta win, and how does he beat these unstoppable guys? John Cena 101 though, like he just does.
He do that shit.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you could keep going what you were saying.
Michael.
No, I mean.
Oh, I thought you had more to say, Jay. Sorry. Mike, go ahead.
No, I think you most definitely you can. It was beautifully done. Production team, fucking A+
for sure.
Double claps or whatever the fuck you get for it. Thank you. They did amazing. I hope they don't fall to the pitfall of just focusing on these vignettes. I loved it. Every once in a while before a pay-per-view or a really big match, definitely. If this becomes a every week, every other week, like if it happens too often, we are too damn far along from the days of The Undertaker hammering in, making caskets for a casket match. We're well past that. I think you can't do that too much more. What they did was beautiful. Pull it out every so often. Use it like Finn Balor's demon persona. You only pull it out for the big stuff. Really, and I think you got to mid-card this thing hard. Squash matches galore until you see really how the fans react to it. If you get a lot of love, a lot of positivity, you go forward with the Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, the Damian Priest, the Judgment Day, whatever you want to go forward with. But you got to start. You got to start low on that totem pole. You got to start like Tozawa's got to die tomorrow. He gotta die tomorrow. You got to find some other people that you don't really care about. We're just gonna get rid of them, make them scared, do that stuff, build it up. I don't think you can start at the top. You start at the top or do too many vignettes, you're gonna ruin this quick.
I can for sure see what you're saying, but I think they avoided being supernatural with it. Like you were saying, we're far from the Undertaker hammering mallets into caskets and stuff. They kind of went really realistic with it in a way, like of just murdering people. Like there wasn't like time traveling. There wasn't like, I'm a poof, I'm here. Like nothing like that. Like they walked in, they massacred people, exactly what they said they were going to do. They put mallets through people's heads. Like it was all real. I think they're going to avoid the spooky, like I shoot lightning from my hand stuff. And I think it's going to be like more, these guys are deranged psychopaths that think that they really believe that they are these things now. And they're out here brutalizing people because they're gone. They're mentally just gone. And they're being led by another psychopath in Uncle Howdy.
But they're good guys, right?
I don't know.
I think they're good guys because they're taking out like the people that are bad to their family or mistreating their family or whatever.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, are they good guys or are they just what a psychopath would be? Like, they believe in their own thoughts. Though those could be good or bad, but they believe They
could be
fully believe in what they're doing.
psychopath bad guys where they just don't have matches. They just help the good guys win their matches.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's going to be a singles match with any of these guys anytime soon.
No.
I think it's mostly going to be like you said. Like, I don't think they're going to vignette it to death, but I do think they're going to just murder people for a while. And I remember like a couple weeks ago, I said like one of those notes seemed very school shooter-ish, and again, that's how this came across. Like, I'm doing this because I'm mentally disturbed. I'm not doing this because I want champions. I don't want glory. I don't want TV time. I want you to feel the pain that I feel because my family's gone and I have to make a new family. And I think that brings up a good point too of why we didn't see Alexa Bliss, because Alexa Bliss is a part of Bray Wyatt's family, and same as Braun Strowman. They're not followers of Uncle Howdy. They never were. Uncle Howdy tried to recruit Alexa Bliss in the previous time, like in Alexa Bliss's last appearance at Royal Rumble. Like, they did the whole Flash thing. Like, this is what you could be, and she didn't do it. She just disappeared off of TV. So I don't think we see Alexa Bliss in this faction, actually. If anything, I think she helps Braun, and Braun is torn between joining these guys and stopping these guys from making a mockery out of Bray Wyatt. You know, I think Braun is going to be the guy that tries to humanize Bray Wyatt while these guys try to make him that monster of what he is. And that was kind of the story we had before Bray Wyatt unfortunately died. Uncle Howdy was, tormenting Bray Wyatt and like, you have to do these things. You have to hurt people. You have to be this monster, this evil guy that they say you are. You have to be him. And Bray Wyatt was fighting that, like, no, like, I'm here for the people. These people like helped me. They helped me stay alive. I mean, they helped him not kill himself, but unfortunately, he just died of natural causes. But it was an internal struggle, and I think we're going to see that internal struggle on TV now, in across all people involved.
I 100% agree. But I just wonder, like, we're obviously going to get this across both brands, right?
I was going to ask that. Do you think we see him on SmackDown this week? Probably, right?
I think you have to. Like, I don't think you have to do it every show every week.
Yeah.
But I think with them being there on Monday, I think they need to be here Friday.
Somebody, like Mike said earlier, somebody has to address this.
Gotta die.
Yeah.
Somebody gotta die.
How is Triple H not came like on
They were saying Triple H is one of the guys that died.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, but come on, you don't kill Triple H as a background character.
You don't have to kill him. You can fuck him up.
No, but I'm saying, like, you make that a big deal. Like, you put the camera, like, oh my god, they attacked the CEO. You don't just put him in the back, like, hopefully you catch it. I don't think it was Triple H. I mean, I could see the argument that it was, but I just, like I said, that's a big deal.
If it's not, he's obviously in Gorilla, and you're right in what you're saying is, like, why didn't he make it a big deal? He was there, like, hey, what the fuck's going on around me?
Yeah. Well, like, and they're doing this pretty well too. A lot of wrestlers are tweeting like, I had just gotten out of there right before this all happened. Yeah. Like Xavier tweeted that him and Kofi felt something bad in the air, so they left about 20 minutes before that. Sami Zayn tweeted it, like, he left after his segment, went back to his hotel, started tweeting about his comedy show, and people were like, your coworkers just got murdered. How are you tweeting about your comedy show? Like,
your coworkers are dead, brother.
Yeah, it seems like they're specifically picking certain people to be like, hey, I left, so I was no part of that.
One of my favorite parts, and from a guy that you hate, after the show, an interview with Jey Uso, and he was like, hey, he could have the Fireflies back. I don't want them. He said, I'm glad I got out when I could. He said, keep the Fireflies. I don't need it.
He is like, yeah, I want no part of that. His family's back. They can have it again. I'm good. This is I'm trying to win the money in the yeet in the bank. I don't want to deal with this.
Yeet on the beach or whatever they're calling it these days.
Yeah, he better hope he doesn't eat on them. They're gonna slaughter this dude.
It's gonna be.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's gonna be really tough though. Of like, you gotta do something real egregious for people to not like them. Like, that's the goal, obviously. Their serial killers kind of look. They're giving me like the Strangers.
Yeah.
Give me that kind of vibe.
Just mentally disturbed. Yeah.
We're just doing it because we can. Like, you let us in. Like, that's the thing.
We warned you.
But I feel like you need the fans to kind of turn on it, though.
I don't think you do.
But every time they come up, You get a cheer, you get a pop because everybody's really excited. It's the
They're good guys.
continuation.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think they're bad guys.
I really feel like you need to, though.
We're in an era right now. It's beautiful that this is set up this way, but like there isn't. I mean, you do have your really good guys. You have your Cody Rhodes, and you have your really bad guys. You have like your Chad Gables, who are just disgusting scums of the earth. But you also have a lot of people that are in the middle of like, I don't know, I'm doing my own thing. You can like me, boo me, to cheer me, whatever you want to do, but I'm doing my own thing. And I think that's what these guys are going to be. They're going to be like, we're going after people that we want to go after. You like them or you hate them. I don't care. I'm killing them. And like Jesse said, they're going to help some good guys win. They're going to help some bad guys win. And so that being said, is Chad Gable in this Money in the Bank qualifier next week or not? Because he's dead, right?
What wasn't it? Who was it? Bronson Reed. He's like, hey, my opponents are dead. Am I good?
Yeah.
Why
because it was Braun, Gable, and Bronson Reed. And Bronson Reed tweeted like, hey, do I like automatically get in? Because I think they just got murdered.
Do I just show up on that? Or do I,
which is great.
Like,
well, actually, that might be how Finn Balor gets in, right? They just replace Chad Gable with Finn Balor.
Yep.
Maybe. But I don't know. Really, really interesting stuff. It'll be very interesting to see where they go with it. They definitely turn, in the weeks building up, we all said, like, we're kind of over it. I said the only way to save it is if they actually murder somebody. And that's exactly what they did. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes and how the WWE as a brand responds to this, because somebody's got to say something. You can't just let these guys, like, they shouldn't be allowed to show up next week. They shouldn't be contracting people after they just massacred everybody. But, and I think they will, with the way WWE is right now, I think that's something that they will acknowledge at a certain point of like, yeah, we didn't sign these guys. We have no control over what they're doing. Like, this is just them. And somehow they keep getting in. We've tried to stop this. But we'll see. Moving on, though, unless we got anything else to talk about Uncle Howdy, we are on our final segment of the night. Jesse, go ahead and read it.
We're going to grind some gears presented by Grinder.
Grinder sponsored us yet again every week here. We are grinding each other's gears. We're grinding each other nonstop, just grinding away. Thanks to Grinder. Wonderful website for some people. For some,
not all.
Short Mike, what's grinding your gears this week?
I would have to say it would be from Raw. And I said it before we went live. I cannot fucking stand Selena Vega. I cannot stand her.
That's weird.
Stand her.
Your opinions are weird.
I did not see this coming. At all.
I don't know what it was, but watching that match, because I watched it while I was at work today. I watched it again to make some notes. And watching that match, she just looks so outclassed. I don't know how she sees through the hair that's down to her fucking thighs. I am so confused on everything. She's not uber athletic enough to be doing some of the stuff that she does. I don't like it.
Bro, that 619 when she was what's her name was on the rope.
619 Io Sky's leg, which took more effort.
That was so creative. That was so creative.
It's creative, but I don't know.
I thought it was the coolest thing. Right into the move she does afterwards. I can't remember on top of my head right now.
I don't know. But she gets less of a pop than when like Seth Rollins pulls the word "shield" out from behind a curtain every other month. Like I don't know, something about her and just her style. No bueno.
Last week in the Gear Grinded segment sponsored by Grinder, this guy put over a woman of Piper Niven and was like, "You're grinding my gears because nobody respects this woman or whatever." And then this week he's like, "Fuck that."
Berates
trash. One of the fucking top 1% athletic women on the face of the planet, not athletic at all. She can't do a damn thing.
She doesn't do it.
You should like her because she's like 4 feet like you.
Yeah, you guys see eye to eye.
Yeah.
Both of you. Right. The next segment on SmackDown is going to be you two. All right, you keep it up. I don't know. There's just something about it. Maybe it's because like sometimes the women's are a little slower at times with some of the moves, but just her in general. The hair being too damn long might be the start of it.
Hair being too
might
long.
say-
What's up with Bianca Belair's hair?
Bianca Belair's hair is long, but it's always in the braid. So it's never in her face. So when she's doing stuff, you're like, all right, she sees what she's doing.
Yeah, it's never tripped her up before or anything.
Brother, I'm not saying it has.
Don, what's grinding your gears this week, Don?
Why don't you go first? I'm still grinding.
You're still grinding away.
I'm still grinding.
Me in a second.
A couple of our
Yeah,
loyal,
100%.
a couple of our loyal listeners.
Oh, okay. No, never mind. I'll go before you because I'll let you close the show. I'm gonna let you close the show. Let's grind my gears this week. Every time they do establishing shots on Raw, and I noticed this last week, establishing shots, for those that don't know, are shots that are like, you know, the transition shots for like the outside, like the sky camera shot. That is a transition shot. I mean, establishing shot. They say Cleveland, you're getting SummerSlam. Look how awesome it is.
This is a good one. This is a good one.
Yeah, and apparently they've been using 5-year-old footage of Cleveland because I noticed, I look up and I see Quicken Loans Arena and I go, we're not Quicken Loans Arena anymore. That's weird. And then I look over and I see Progressive Field, and Progressive Field says Indians, and I go, haven't been that in a while. And then I look over to top it all off, the LeBron mural of LeBron doing this. That's been there 5 years. This is a 5-year-old shot that they're using to say, oh, look how pretty Cleveland is. Cleveland is pretty. Why don't you show it off the way it is 5 years later? You guys are going there. Why don't you show it what it looks like?
Show off the $2 billion renovation we did to Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse.
Rocket Mortgage, not Quicken Loans.
Also, they were promoting, buy tickets now for SmackDown at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse.
Right.
As we
And that's
showed
how
you
I
the
noticed
old
it.
venue.
That's how I noticed it, because they specifically said Rocket Mortgage, and I look up and I see Quicken Loans, and I go, yeah, that's not Quicken Loans Arena anymore. And if they didn't say Rocket Mortgage, I wouldn't have noticed. I would have been like, yeah, Cleveland, it looks pretty.
Yeah, go me.
Yeah, go me. They do a nighttime shot too sometimes, and I want to see if the nighttime shot's old too. And then it got me thinking, how many cities are they doing old shots for? Is it just us? Are we getting disrespected? Or is it everybody? So now I got to start noticing.
It's probably just us.
It's us.
It's probably just us because fuck Cleveland, right?
Yep.
It's
not like
if
we have,
Dallas
like-
was like, can't wait to face Tom Brady.
Right. No,
New York
exactly.
Patriots next
100%.
week.
It's ridiculous. But what's grinding your gears, Jay? What's going on in that the little head of yours?
A little head of mine. I got a big noodle.
Head,
This is
big
a
old
noodle.
docker.
Big old
Big
noodle.
ass noodle.
We got some very great listeners and
Do we?
followers. Oh, yeah, we do. They're super great. They're so great in the aspect that every time we post anything of any nature, they just find the smallest thing that's wrong with it or isn't wrong with it because they don't actually watch the damn product and it's actually right. And they try to pull anything out of their ass to take away any sense of anything they can away from us, a little sense of fucking happiness or anything. The guys that are supposed to be right behind us and supporting us and sharing us and helping us out, the ones putting you down every single fucking time you make a post. And guess what? It doesn't fucking matter because they're not even watching and they're not going to watch this back after. So they're not going to know that they're grinding my gears. But I think they do know pains in the ass.
And it wouldn't be like as big of a deal if they like decided to share it and they were like, wow, like these guys, they don't know what they're talking about or something. Or like,
These
you know,
idiots over
advertise us a little
Or like,
bit.
hey, you're wrong. And I go, hey, I'm actually right. And then they're just like, nah, fuck you.
Yeah, just silence.
Yeah.
You know, you'll get it right eventually. You'll get it right
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah, maybe you'll get it
One of
right.
these days, years, or hours. Fuck you.
Yeah, man. I just biggest supporters are our biggest letdowners. But that's about it. Like us, subscribe us, follow
Don't
us,
join us because we got
comment
Mike.
us, join us. Pew.